One day I realized, while many cars were leaving, the lights in my parents' house stayed on every night. Episode 1. This episode begins at the moment I understood that not everyone who stays behind is a loser. There is nothing new in this town. One main road, two old diners, a factory that closed a long time ago. I've lived here since I was a child. Ohio. A place where people grow up only to leave. The year I turned 28. One by one, people packed their bags. New York, California, Chicago. Facebook was full of airport photos. Tall buildings. Expensive cups of coffee. As for me, I stayed. It wasn't because I didn't have opportunities. I was once accepted into a good company. 2. It's just that my mother started forgetting. At first, it was forgetting where she put the keys. Then, forgetting the way home. Once, she stood at the door, looked at me for a long time, and asked, "Who are you looking for?" I smiled, but my heart went cold. My father aged quickly after that. He still tried to act like he was fine, but I saw it clearly. Those evenings he sat for a long time in front of the TV, watching nothing at all. I postponed my plans, then canceled the trip, then stopped mentioning the idea of leaving altogether. Friends asked, "Aren't you afraid of getting stuck there?" I couldn't answer. There were nights I drove alone, out of town, drove for a while and then came back. I stood in my old bedroom, looking at the posters from my teenage years. Everything was exactly the same, only I felt like I was falling behind. I don't know yet if I'm doing the right thing. I only know, if I leave, there will be no one left to stay with them. Episode 2. People often think I stayed because I wasn't good enough to leave. But no one asks me one question. If I leave, who will stay with them? This episode is the part one have never spoken aloud. My day starts very early. Not because I am hardworking, but because my mother often wakes up at 4 in the morning. She wanders around the house, opens doors, closes doors, calls the names of people long gone. I wake up too, make tea, sit beside her, wait for her to calm down. During the day, I work part-time. Not much money. Enough to get by. Enough for my mother's medicine. My father doesn't say much. He's starting to get confused, but still tries to show he is still strong. Some days he is irritable, says things that hurt me, then falls silent. I understand, but I can't always bear it. My friends get promoted, buy houses, start families. I learn how to go to the market on time, learn how to remind my mother to eat, learn how to answer the same question dozens of times a day. Sometimes I feel myself getting smaller, not because I am weak, but because the world around me is narrowing down. In the evening, when everyone is asleep, I sit in the car. No lights, no music. I ask myself, if I stay here too long, will there be a day when I have no way out anymore? No one answers me. Only the sound of insects in the grass. Episode 3. I used to hold my phone for a long time, watching my friends buy houses, get promoted, change their lives. Then I put the phone down, turned to the kitchen, and cooked another bowl of porridge for my father. No one taught me how to accept that. I am 35 years old. No wife. No children. No long-term plans. People don't ask me how I'm doing anymore. They only ask, "Are your parents still okay?" I nod, though many times I'm not sure what the word, "okay," means. My mother has days when she is very lucid. She holds my hand, asks if I'm tired. Then there are days she looks at me like a stranger. My father's back is starting to ache a lot. He walks slowly. He fell once in the bathroom. I took him to the hospital. Sat and waited, watching people younger than me walking by. There were moments I felt envious, not of their success, but of the fact that they still had the freedom to choose. That night, I received a text from an old friend. He said, "Next week, I'm moving into a new position." I congratulated him. then turned off the phone. I sat for a long time in the living room. The lights were off. Only the light from the wall clock remained. I don't know what I am waiting for. A sign. An end. Or just a reason to keep staying. I placed my hand on my chest. My heart beat steadily. Slowly. I still don't know the answer. But tonight, I am still here. Episode 4. No milestones. No praise. No one calls me a successful person. Only time passing by. And my parents still being there. This episode is about the years that no one sees. My father fell on a rainy afternoon. No one witnessed it. Only a very faint sound from the bathroom. I ran in. He was lying on his side. Not crying out in pain. Just looking at me. That look made me feel like I was aging very fast. The hospital. The smell of medicine. The white lights. The doctor spoke slowly. Said many things I didn't fully hear. I only remember one sentence. He won't recover like before anymore. I signed the papers. My hand was still steady. But my back ached. From that day on, everything in the house changed. I installed handrails in the bathroom. Placed an alarm at the door. I no longer slept soundly. My mother was sometimes lucid. Sometimes not. She looked at my father lying on the bed. Then asked me, "Who is he?" I answered. Then answered again. Then fell silent. There were days I felt irritable with both of them. Then I hated myself for it. Friends called. Invited me somewhere to clear my head. I said, later. Later, stretched on for many years. That night, I sat on the porch steps. The rain fell steadily. I didn't think about the future anymore. I only thought, if I leave now, everything will collapse very quickly. For the first time, I understood. There are choices that are no longer choices. It is just responsibility that has come due. Episode 5. I don't have a story to brag about. Only a home that was never left empty. And 2 elderly people who didn't have to grow old alone. Perhaps that is how I grew up. Slower than others. My mother went first. Very gently. In her sleep. My father didn't understand what happened. He asked where mother was. Many times. I didn't answer directly. I only said, "Mom is resting now." A year later, my father went too. A quiet morning. No pain. I sat alone in that house. For the first time. Truly alone. No more calls in the night. No more medication schedules. No more reasons to wake up early. I cleaned the house very slowly. Every item held a memory. There were things I couldn't bear to throw away. But I couldn't take them with me either. On the day the house was sold, I stood for a long time on the porch. The grass was still high. The road was still the same. I locked the door. Didn't look back. I moved away. Not to a big city. Just somewhere else. Quieter. Newer. I am 42 years old. Starting over from scratch. Not much money. Not many relationships. People ask what I did during all those years. I don't know how to answer concisely. No achievements. No stories to brag about. It's just that I stayed. Some nights I still ask myself, if I had left sooner, would my life be different? Then I remember the evenings sitting by the bed. The hands holding mine growing weaker. The times they called my name in their dreams. I don't know if I've matured. I only know when they needed me most. I didn't walk away. And for me, that is enough. We're more than just viewers, we're companions. Subscribe so we don't lose touch.